everybody. Good evening and welcome to Moments with Mama Sue. I'm Mama Sue Roseberry and I am so delighted that you are here. It's a good day to be alive. I have been waiting for you all day and so excited about you all joining me for these moments. I'm always telling you, and that's because it's true, that connecting with you is absolutely the best part of my day. So I am really looking forward to our conversation tonight. It's always positive, upbeat, and a lot of fun. So I'm glad that you're here. Glad to see all of the family members joining in, and you guys be sure and post your name in the comments, and especially if it's your very, very first time, we want to know about it because then I will go through later after the broadcast is over and read all the comments and maybe send you a little something, something just from me to you to let you know how much I appreciate you being here. And before we get in too deep, I want to encourage you to be sure to like and share this broadcast. Like and share. And that's how we grow our audience. So tell somebody else about it so they can join in with us. And not only that, but be sure to click the little bell so that you can receive a notice every time that I'm able to go live. We're going to have a good time on tonight. I am so excited. But before I introduce my special guest, let me give you a couple of announcements here. These are your announcements, okay? I want to tell you that Miss Annie is coming to town. So, in the words of Bishop T.D. Jakes, get ready, get ready, get ready. Miss Annie is on her way. She's going to be driving up in February. That's the end of this month, close to my birthday. Miss Annie is going to be available. That's my first children's book, Miss Annie from Way Down South. And it is a rhythmic, musical story that is so beautifully illustrated by Norman Johnson. And you guys have to get it. Just get one for your collection and then be sure that you get one for a grandchild, a niece, a neighborhood child, or sow one into your public library, whatever the case may be. Let them know that Miss Annie is there. And when you purchase it, you will also get the audio version that will go along with that. You'll get a link to download the audio version. And if you want to get more information about that, you can just go to my website. Go to my website, and there is information there at www.sueroseberry.com. You can join my contact list so you can be up to date on everything I got going on in my creative flow, but I certainly want you to be a part of it. Now, for tonight, I have a phenomenal guest. She's such a sweetheart. And everywhere that I go, people are saying, do you know Carolyn Traylor? And I say, yes, I do. She is my cousin. We claim each other as kinfolk because my second cousin was married to her aunt. And so we just claim each other as kinfolk, and that's okay. So I am so proud to have her on tonight's show. She is a Texas, known as a Texas powerhouse vocalist. She has been on Malaco recording label and now has her own independent label where she is promoting her beautiful, miraculous, chain breaking voice. So I'm not going to go into a whole lot more ado, but I'm going to bring her on. And I want you guys to do what Mama Sue's family always does: send up those hearts, those emojis, all of that stuff, so you can welcome with me my wonderful guest, Lady Carolyn Traylor. Hi, Carolyn.
Hello, how you doing? Oh my God, you talking about you? I love to use that. No, that's my cousin. Mama Sue is my cousin. I bet I use it more than you use it.
I
I
don't know, maybe about the same. And I love it. I love it whenever we're somewhere and we get to run across each other
Yes,
inadvertently. It's such a blessing.
it
Carolyn,
is.
let the people know where you live
I
because
live in a little town called Greenville, Texas. It's about an hour away from Dallas. It's northeast of Dallas, going toward Texarkana and Memphis and all of that. Greenville, Texas.
yep, she's putting Greenville on the map. And I'm here to tell you that great things have come out of Greenville. Great things have come out of Greenville. And sometimes you see people on a national stage because I know that I was just blown away the first time that I got to see you on the Bobby Jones Gospel Show. Oh my goodness. I said, there she is. And she from Greenville. You know, people don't know where Greenville is. You got to tell them, put it on the map, but you got it going on.
To God be the glory, girl. Thank you so much. That is so funny. I'm so glad to be here. Hey, everybody.
Listen, Carolyn, tell
Yes.
us how you even got started
Oh
singing
my
in the first place because you have such a unique sound. How did you even get started singing?
I got to give, of course, the credit to God, but and my dad was such a singer, Sue, that people would come all from all miles, not I'm saying miles, but like in the city. They would come to sit on the porch just to hear my daddy sing. My daddy could whistle better than most people could sing, and I'm serious, he really could. But my journey started like at 12 years old. I never would sing. I would love to have one of those stories like everybody have. Like I started singing at 3 and 6. I don't have one of those. But at 12 years old, I sang, and I got a little discouraged as I found out. Most people do. I got discouraged. Somebody came up and said, I thought y'all said that Trailer Kirk could sing. So, and I really was in the wrong key. I'm like, oh, I'm like my daddy. I omit that. I was in the wrong key, and so therefore I didn't sing again from the time I was 12 to the time I was in college at Texas Southern. And I had a friend, Cynthia, that would invite me to prayer meetings, invite me to church, invite me to choir rehearsal, and I would hide from her every week till one time I couldn't get out of it. I went for a rehearsal and I met Olivia. I moved from my old house branch. And so that's basically how I got to start singing. Olivia kind of worked with us and took us with her when she was singing.
Wow. And then you were a young adult by that
Yeah,
time and singing, but singing kind of runs in your family.
yeah, it
Tell
does.
us about the other folk in your family who sang.
I got a brother that lives in Japan. He's an R&B singer, and he used to sing with the Platters when they regrouped and all of that. He sang with them, but he mostly do his own, work now. And he is the most dedicated, faithful person. He's one of my mentors because he sticks with it, and he's on it day and night. Where I'm not quite like that, but I'm telling you, I got a good mentor, good example. So yeah, my brother sings.
Well, when you finally did get started to really kind of blowing that thing up, who was it that heard you and started the ball rolling as far as your touring career?
Okay, Desi Armstrong is a lady that lives here in Greenville, Texas. So she started booking for me because she had a program in Greenville. I met Willie Neal Johnson and the Conspiracies. They used to come.
Woo!
Yeah, they used to come through Greenville every year in November, but I didn't know it because I was out of town. I was in Houston, but when I came back, she put me on that program, and I got a chance to meet them. And Willie Neal said, when you get a group, he said, I would love for you to go come out on the road and sing before me and the keynotes. And so that's how I started doing it. I started traveling. Therefore I would see Willie Neal, the Ken Spirituals, the Christianaires, all of those guys I would see all the time. So those people ended up being great, great friends to me. That's why I thought it was such an honor to get to sing on the Legends Project, Peace Be Still with Paul Porter, because we had been friends for so long. So I thank God. At Mississippi Mass, I got an opportunity to go to Italy and Switzerland with them, and just so many people God has allowed me to go with. But those people, Willie Neal, the Cans, Dr. Bobby Jones. Those people have been so instrumental. Besides Olivia, Evangelist Dorothy Norwood took me on the road for like 5 years. I thank God for Miss Norwood for that. And so, yeah, so a lot of so many people I just owe so much to.
Well, when we were talking, you were saying that you are always thinking, well, I'm gonna do something else if this don't pay the
Yeah,
bills, if this ever lighten up, but it never has. You've been busy the whole time.
yeah, the whole time. I had an accident actually, and so then when I had to stay at home, and then God started opening the doors for me. I was like, okay, but God, I don't mind working because I'm a paralegal by trade, and so I said, okay, I'm gonna start working for the school system so I can have the summers off and all that, and start working. But then that's when I had an accident. So I said, okay, God, I don't mind working, so I'm gonna do this until if you lighten it up, I'm going back to work and stuff like that. So I would have to sing like for a lot of conferences and women's conference stuff. So therefore I'd be singing during the week. So I couldn't keep the job during the week and do that. And so therefore I just kept on going. And so he has allowed it to, and so I just, so sometimes you try, I know that other people have this problem too. You try to explain it away. You're like, okay, God, y'all. I mean, I'm not lazy. I really, really will work. But you try to explain it away, and it's nothing you can really say other than it's God. And even at this point, I don't care what statistics say and what's going on. If I have to go back to work, I'm not ashamed. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Whatever I have to do. But God has been so faithful. He's faithful like that. So
Oh, that is an amazing testimony. That is a testimony about how the Lord will provide. And that says a lot, though, for you to have the kind of integrity and longevity in the industry, because the music industry now, they can be fickle fackle. They
oh,
like you today, they don't like you tomorrow,
oh,
and they not buying your
yeah.
product, they're not buying your CD, but you have had a long standing tenure in the gospel music industry. Somebody like you, girl.
Ah, to God be the glory. Nobody but God. Nobody. Because you get to meet, well, how you get to meet so many people, and you try to be encouraging to them, and they have definitely been encouraging to me. And so thank you so much. Let me say this before I go any further. Thank you for who you are in this industry. You are an integral person, kind, the same person every time somebody see you. So I have no doubt that this is getting ready to, if it haven't already blown up, and then your book and everything like that. We got to talk about that because I got a cartoon thing too. So okay, we got to talk about that. Okay.
Okay. Well, listen, before we get to that point, let's just talk about Carolyn, the songwriter, because
Ah,
you have written some songs that are really like anthems in the church. And I think that they will be around forever. You know how you had them songs like The Blood That Jesus Shed? Songs like that that people say, oh, I remember that song. I remember that song. And one such song that you wrote, There's a Story Behind My Praise. Come on, talk to us a little bit about that song.
look, that song came after 13 of my family members died. And one of them was mama, one was daddy, one was a 9-month-old niece that had a heart attack, and so one was my first cousin who the surgeon severed the wrong artery. And we were in that place, my family, like, what did we do? Because we were always at the funeral home. We was always and you have to understand, at this time I'm going through this, but I'm not singing. I came back home, but I'm not really singing. I'm doing a few things, but I'm not what you call like singing, because I'm not a singer like that. So I'm not going out singing and stuff. And then didn't know that singing at the funeral, singing beside hospital beds, doing all of that, I'm thinking this is not really singing. This is just choir rehearsal, and this is just going to the hospital to sing for the patient, whatever. And didn't know that God was setting me up. And so just began to sing. And so when I went through all of that, and I had to sing in Shreveport one night, and the words just started coming, and I just took out the side door and went to the table out there, and I'm writing and everything, and the lady who was my armor bearer, she's running out behind me. She didn't know what I had to do, go to the restroom or what. She didn't know where I was running to. But I said, I gotta get this down before I, whatever. And so it just did, flowed like that. And then when we went into the studio, they decided to name the CD that. And so it's been just a blessing, because everybody has a story. And so because we'll see somebody shouting and throwing their hands up, and we can look at them and say, I see the praise. Now I don't know the struggle, I don't know
Woo!
the story, but I know it's got to be one because I see the praise. So that's kind of what it was. I don't see it. I wasn't there when the struggle came. I wasn't there when you went through what you went through, but I'm looking at how you bucking and crying. So I know there's got to be a story. So that's kind of what that song is all about.
Oh my God. And let me tell you, I have heard any number of people attempt that selection, praise the Lord, but can't nobody sing it like the Carolyn Trailer. Nobody can sing it like you. Oh my God. It just makes the hair stand up on my head even more, even more. Because it is so anointed. It is
Thank
so
you.
anointed. And you've written some other songs as well. There's
Yeah,
a story behind my praise. And you have some CDs that are out. I think the best of my
the
story.
best of my, yeah, that's what God said that to me. He said the rest of your story is gonna be the best of your story. And I was like, God, because sometimes we can think, is it over? Is it over? Because we go through different things, and you're hearing other people talk, and they're saying, this is just not working out for me. And so sometimes you're like, well, God, is it over? Will you let me know when it's over? How do I know when it's over? And things are not working like you think they ought to work. So, and then I was really kind of going through that kind of time in my life. And then he said, the rest of your story is going to be the best of your story. I said, God, I receive it. I do receive it. I do. And so I wrote that one, but then I wrote, Can't Nobody Beat God Being God. To
Woo!
so you can tell kind of my writing is kind of on the same kind of thing, but that's just kind of what I'm going through. And that's how he gives it to me. I'm not one of those writers who they can sit down and you say, can you write me a song? Like, it don't do that. It just has to come, and it comes like sometimes in four liners. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
Yeah, I know, and it just comes in four liners and stuff like that. And so he would give me a song like that, So that's kind of how those came.
Well, however the Lord want to work it out, He's been doing some doozies when He's been giving you music to write, because it is absolutely phenomenal and so heart stirring, so soul searching. I love it. If you're just tuning in tonight, we are blessed to have the incomparable Lady Carolyn Trailer as my guest on tonight. Kinfolk, up in the house, up in here. She is the vocal powerhouse of Texas. This voice is incomparable. I have watched her just dump rooms. Just get up and then she'll just stand up there and show those dimples and do one little old line, and the people just dive all up under the benches and things. But
Yeah,
it's just such a blessing to have such a phenomenal gift, and you're so humble with your gift,
yeah.
Carolyn. That is a blessing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That is so funny. You are so good at this. I mean, really, I'm just sitting there just cracking up because you're just great. But you are, how some people are fit for what they do. This is you, Mom Sue. So
Well, I like to talk. Praise the Lord. I like to talk. Hey, listen, we were talking earlier about some of the aspirations that you have, and you were talking about you had a comic book. So tell us a little bit about that. Talk about that.
I got a comic book. It's entitled "The Story Behind My Praise." It's kind of my story, kind of what I kind of talked about, and how I sang in a club one time. Those are the kind of stories we don't tell, and I kind of told it. And then somebody was saying, "You probably shouldn't do that in a kid's comic book." I said, "But that's my story. I didn't tell like all the grunge, but I was like, well, that's where I was, but then God brought me out, and I thank God. So we all got a story. So that's what I'm talking about, a story. So I can't leave my story out. So that's kind of where it is a little, just a book like that. I'm kind of revamping it a bit, and then I'm working on another a book for independent artists, and it's independent artistry at a glance. Sometimes we have, it's kind of like simple answers for complicated questions, basically. Not a big book or anything like that. It's just kind of, you can just go to it and do that. And so I'm working on that, and then trying to work on some more songs. And so just pretty busy in this pandemic. Yeah.
Well, it's good to know how to pivot and do something else. And listen, that God that gave you that beautiful vocal gift, He's a great giver of gifts, and
Yes.
He can allow us to do many things and to do them well. Listen, those of you that are tuning in with us tonight for the very first time, I want to thank you for that. I appreciate you being here. And I want you to know that our greeter, Lori Williams, is going up and down in the comment section saying hello to everybody, greeting everybody. Let me give a shout out to a few who are on here with us tonight. Doris, thank you for tuning in. Waynette, it's always good to see you. Hey, Felicia, that's my cousin in Houston. How you doing? How, how are you? Evelyn is on here, Evelyn D, and also Lola Richardson, Yvonne Matthews, the incomparable Yvonne Matthews. She said earlier, Carolyn, that you are the truth. She said, "You are the truth." We have Annie Fleming on here, and also Chucky Spearman for Shreveport,
Hi.
and Tammy Edwards is with us tonight. Thank all of you who support and continually tune in, and not only those who are on here in real time, but for everybody who is watching via the other streaming platforms on the IGA Hope page and also the YouTube, Facebook page, and the YouTube channel. And to those who will tune in later on and watch in replay, I thank all of you so much for everything. And we're talking to the Lady Carolyn Trailer. And while I have her, let's get to know her even a little bit more. We're going to do a little quick round, a little quick fire round where I'm going to ask you some questions, and you can't cheat now. I didn't tell her about any of the questions in advance because I wanted her to be spontaneous and give the best answer she could, so you all could know some trivia about Lady Carolyn Trailer. Thank you, Tiffany from Florida. Tiffany, so good to have you. Okay, so here we go, Carolyn. You got to give the best answer to come to your mind. Ooh, my favorite sandwich is.
Turkey cheese and lettuce and tomato.
If I could go to lunch with anybody, past or present, it would be.
Dr. Bobby Jones.
Hey, 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 hey. You, you go to lunch with Dr. Jones?
I would.
Okay.
I know it would be so interesting, and he always has, because he always has interesting things to say, and he's always, he don't forget nobody, don't forget their name, don't forget details, and so he gives you so much in a little time. So yeah.
If anybody had told me that I would have had the chance to travel to blank, I wouldn't have believed it.
Italy.
Ah.
Yeah, Italy. Yeah, it was just amazing. Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, I didn't understand how much fun I had until I got home. Then I was like, that was fun. That was fun, because you're thinking of everything. You're thinking of like, I want to call home or whatever, but the cost calling home, I remember that I was thinking about that. And my sister Ruby said, call home if you really need to call, but make sure you really need to call because it's before you call because it's expensive. So I was thinking about that. I was thinking about just being in an unfamiliar place and all of that.
Mhm.
So I didn't get an opportunity to enjoy it. And when I got home, I thought, oh, I shouldn't have worried about all that stuff. It was fun. So that taught me a lot. Enjoy where you are, during the moment, because you may not get that chance again. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
The one thing that I probably wear the most in my wardrobe is
This black suit, I was just talking about today. Because I tell people it's my funeral suit, and somebody was calling me about a funeral this weekend. They told me, you can't wear your funeral suit because they want us to wear blue. I said, oh, I want to wear my black. So, yeah, one, because when you're up on stage and you're looking at those big cameras sometimes and those big screens they have, and you look at yourself and you think, I look a mess, so you be trying not you be trying not to do that again. So when you get up there and you get one that it's kind of flowing all the way around, you're like, I'm wearing that. I'm wearing that again and hope nobody remember what people do. And so I just want to say that I do have more outfits than that black one, y'all. But I don't. I kind of like. I like it. So if y'all see me in it, don't say is that the outfit. Don't say that, okay? But but more than likely, it probably will be, okay.
oh, oh, that is so funny because once I had a outfit and went to a couple of places, and it was different times, different years, and I wore this particular outfit on two times, and a person very close to me said she need to get some more fashions.
Wait a minute. I had, before this black suit, I had a brown suit that I wore a lot, and you be thinking I'm going to different places, so whatever. And my nephew came up to me, Donovan, he said, "Hey, Colonel, you wear that brown suit no more?" Have I been wearing this that much? He go, yes, yes, ma'am. Don't you wear that brown suit no more? Oh, that was funny to me. But
Mm,
so
but
y'all know
people remember.
with this Facebook stuff, and we didn't have to worry about a whole lot of stuff we wore a long time. You know what I'm saying? Because as long as you can take it to the cleaners and you can wear it again, people may take pictures and whatever. But now on Facebook, since it's Facebook, y'all, we ain't buying all this stuff every week. So y'all give us a break, okay?
Oh, that is so funny. Somebody said, wait a minute, I'm put it up there. He said, I remember the brown suit.
I gotta tell my nephew.
Ooh,
Oh Lord Jesus,
that is
that was
so
funny.
funny. But
Oh, that's funny.
listen, I want you to know that I am beyond delighted that you came on Moments with Mama Sue tonight. And you are so sweet, so authentic. I've had the best time ever. But I cannot go on and catch your breath and collect yourself. I can't let you get off of this live without at least singing a little skeet taste of a little just a verse because we right at the end, but I just need at least the phrase there's a story something,
Can I?
just a little bit, just
I
a little
didn't
bit.
sing that one. Or can I sing something else? Just anything.
Whatever you
You
decide.
want no? You want there's a story because it's whatever you
Yeah,
say.
I want you to sing that refrain. There's a story behind my praise. And
Okay.
don't blow my hair off now.
No, no.
Just do a little line of it because if you do too much, I'm gonna melt in this seat and go all down. So just a little bit. Come
Okay.
on with it.
There's a story behind my praise. That's why my hands I'll continue to raise. I'm gonna praise him for the rest of my days. Oh, there is a story behind my praise. If you see crying, oh, that's a story how he's been God for me in all of his glory. If you see me shouting, oh, don't you think amazed? I just realized where and when I got saved. Oh, if you see me running, oh, don't you think it's strange? My whole life, he's rearranged. Oh, there's a story behind my praise. Oh, 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 there is a story behind my my praise.
Woo! Now, see, I told you just to sing a little bit, just hard headed and disobedient. I said a little bit because I did not want to melt and act unseemly on this show. I can't throw nothing at you or nothing. I'm going to need you to work on your obedience. Ask God to help you during the pandemic to cooperate with your people. That was awesome and amazing. That
Oh,
was
that's funny.
awesome and amazing. You can just sing, sing, sing. Anyhow, well, we've come to the end of this time. I want to thank you, Carolyn, for joining me on this live tonight and for sharing your wonderful, wonderful story with us. I want to thank all of Mama Sue's family that tuned in tonight to listen. Please like and share this with somebody else and help us to grow this particular venture on the platform,
Yes.
and just let's look forward to greater things. Look forward to Miss Annie, who is coming up in the end of this month. So you'll be able to get your copies. Go to my website at www.sueroseberry.com and be sure to connect there, register on that Facebook page so you can be on my mailing list and get all of the information. The last announcement I want to tell you is that on the IGAA Hope Network page, in just a little bit, you'll be able to tune in for 14 days of love. So
Yeah.
y'all go over to the IGAA Hope page and check that out because I'm going to be on there all 14 days sharing something that's really fun, and I want your interaction and feedback. So don't miss out on that opportunity. You guys be sure and do that. Carolyn, give us a parting word before we say good night that will
Oh
help
my
the
goodness.
people.
Just wanted to say thank you so much, fam, for having me on your show. I appreciate it so much. Been looking forward to it. And to everyone who's tuning in, do as she said, like and share. And let's just love each other through this that we're going through right now. Love each other through it. This is the love month, as she said. So yeah, let's just love each other through it. I love you all and take care.
Oh, great. Well, everybody, good night. I love you, and I will see you on the 15th. So put it on your calendar so you can make sure that you don't miss Moments with Mama Sue. Love you. Good night.